Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. According to a report by Lianhe Xiaobao, Europe's largest automaker, Germany's Volkswagen and Israeli defense technology company Rafael are nearing an agreement to establish a joint venture by the end of 2026. Under the proposed partnership, Volkswagen's struggling car manufacturing plant in Osnabrück, Western Germany, would shift away from automobile production to manufacture military trucks for Israel's Iron Dome and Iron Beam laser air defense systems. While the missiles and core defense components will continue to be produced in Israel, they will be mounted onto the German-produced military trucks. This new air defense capability is expected to bolster the European Sky Shield initiative, which was launched in 2022 by former German Chancellor Olaf Scholz to build a unified missile defense system across Europe. The strategic move aligns with Germany's broader defense pivot, aiming to reduce military reliance on the United States by strengthening its domestic defense sector. Volkswagen CEO Oliver Blume previously indicated that the company is engaging with the defense industry to repurpose idle factory capacities. He clarified that Volkswagen does not plan to manufacture weapons directly, but rather aims to share its expertise in mass production and automation. According to a report by Liberty Times, xenophobic violence and anti-immigrant protests have intensified in South Africa's southern coastal regions, prompting countries like Mozambique and Ghana to arrange emergency evacuations for their citizens. Local anti-immigrant groups have initiated door-to-door searches in towns such as Gonsbai and Kleinmond, forcing foreign nationals out of their homes regardless of their legal residency status. Fearing for their lives, hundreds of foreigners, mostly from Malawi and Mozambique, have fled to nearby mountains or sought shelter at local community centers. The protests, sparked by marginal groups blaming illegal immigrants for local crime and job scarcity, escalated into violence in Mossel Bay, where dozens of informal settlements were set on fire. Mozambique's government reported that 5 of its citizens have died as a direct result of these xenophobic attacks, while Ghana has already scheduled flights to repatriate hundreds of its nationals, and Nigeria has announced similar emergency evacuation plans. According to a report by Liberty Times, tensions between the United States and Iran have escalated further following recent military engagements. Mohsen Rezaei, a military advisor to Iran's supreme leader, warned on social media that any future American attacks would be met with a torrent of missiles and drones, declaring that aggressors would be swiftly punished. This warning follows a series of strikes on June 2nd, when the U.S. military targeted an Iranian oil tanker and launched airstrikes against Iran's Qasem Island. In retaliation, Iran launched missile and drone attacks directed at Kuwait and Bahrain, while U.S. Central Command reported successfully intercepting several Iranian missiles aimed at Bahrain and Kuwait. Kuwaiti military officials confirmed that an Iranian drone strike struck Terminal 1 at Kuwait International Airport, causing damage to the facility and injuring personnel. The Kuwaiti Ministry of Defense strongly condemned the strike as a criminal act of aggression by Iran. According to a report by Lianhe Xiaobao, U.S. law enforcement authorities have uncovered a massive, sophisticated cross-border drug smuggling tunnel stretching from Tijuana, Mexico, directly into a retail store in Otay Mesa, California. The tunnel is approximately 590 meters long, 16.8 meters deep, and 1.4 meters high. It was equipped with reinforced walls, a rail system, ventilation, electricity, and a hydraulic lift. Following months of surveillance on the California retail store, U.S. Homeland Security investigators raided the location and seized over 1,000 kilograms of cocaine. Valued at more than $45 million, about 58 million Singapore dollars. Authorities believe the drugs were transported through the tunnel before being loaded onto vehicles. 4 individuals, including residents of San Diego and Mexican nationals, have been charged with drug trafficking. According to the U.S. Department of Justice, this is the 99th tunnel discovered in the Southern District of California since 1993, highlighting the ongoing challenges of border security and drug interdiction. According to CNBC, Morningstar analysts have warned that Elon Musk's SpaceX is significantly overvalued ahead of its highly anticipated NASDAQ initial public offering, IPO. While SpaceX is reportedly targeting a valuation of $1.75 trillion and a $75 billion fundraise, Morningstar has valued the tech giant at $780 billion using a discounted cash flow model. This estimate is roughly 48% below SpaceX's private market valuation of $1.5 trillion and less than half of its public listing target. The analysts expressed concerns over SpaceX's artificial intelligence unit, XAI, noting its economic moat is indeterminate and warning that the division poses a material threat of value destruction. Although SpaceX's Starlink satellite internet business remains highly profitable, generating $3.26 billion in recent quarterly revenue, the space and AI divisions continue to operate at a loss. Morningstar suggested that the upcoming IPO may not represent the best entry point for retail investors due to the high valuation, but indicated that long-term investors will find better opportunities later with a... That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.